Bro, God. Fire Adam Barai. Play the Biscayne Bay video, bro.
Gotta do my breathe.
Yeah, welcome to the 5 Reasons Sports Post Game Show, aka the Post Up on 5R. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd, and I am joined today by literally everybody. But on screen right now, we have Jonathan Ramakan, Ariel Latias, Brian Young, and Gadiel Carter hanging with me. And on the ones and twos, we have our guy Adam Barai. Man, he's at the Panthers game. We gave Alejandro the night off, so now we brought in the third string producer. So lower your expectations. So, fellas, we played an absolutely meaningless game today, but we got to see a lot of our players off the bench. Nemanja Bjelica, KZ Okpala, which we will reserve Brian the right to talk about. We got to saw Gabe Vincent, which we will reserve the right for Gad to talk about. We saw no Dedman, no Jimmy, nobody of importance except for Duncan, who played more than Tyler. So
I was waiting.
We'll start with Ariel Latias. Ariel, go ahead and give me your thoughts on the game tonight, bro.
Thoughts on the game? I saw Precious Achiuwa play 41 minutes. That's my only thought on the game tonight. Listen, you're not taking anything away from this game. I thought Tyler was probably in there a little bit more than you want him to be. Same for Duncan Robinson. But, I mean, it's not like the Heat have a lot of options, especially after KZ Okpala got ejected there. So you got a little scare at the end of the game when Tyler got hurt. Precious Achiuwa reminded us why, he probably should be starting over Bam. I'm totally joking, but he had 23 and 10, so that was pretty good. Yeah, he was trying to dunk on everybody, and, only the violent will survive. So props to Precious for bringing it. I thought Tyler looked really good creating out of pick and roll, all of that stuff. But the vast majority of what we saw tonight has literally no impact on what's going to be happening starting next weekend. So, I'm not taking anything away from this game.
Yeah, so I'm with my guy Sup 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4. Garbage time Tyler is awesome. I just want to give him his props. When he's playing against nobody, he is the man. Brian Young, why did they eject our man's KZ Okpala, bro?
Because they were hating. I feel like they got the call from upstairs. They saw KZ on a roll. They're like, oh, this motherfucker's going to score 20, going to get some confidence and start running the league next season. So, Adam Silver had to tell the refs, chill, get that man out the game because he's gonna be ruining this shit for the rest of the teams. But we saw an absolute monster performance from my guy. I want everybody in the comments in this post game show to give him his props. This is the beginning of the KZ Okpala era. We saw him get to the rim, absolutely destroy everybody there. He had the best and one I've ever seen in NBA basketball in my entire life. It was a beautiful game, an absolute masterpiece, and I couldn't be happier for what my guy from the Bay Area did tonight.
So if you're talking about the beginning of the KZ area, you must mean the last time that we're going to see him play this season area. You wanted to jump in and say something right quick?
I just wanted to ask Brian what KZ shot from the field tonight.
Does it matter?
No.
I don't know.
That wasn't.
I think he shot a pretty good percentage, right? I wasn't exactly sure. He didn't take that many shots, but he was pretty efficient on what he shot, right? And he was like 4-4 from the free throw line, which was great.
He was nice
overall. Yeah,
Gad,
just a really good game.
Gad, would you give us the number? What did he shoot from the field?
6.
It's very nice.
Of 9.
Nice.
Nice.
Very, very nice.
You guys are all children.
It's a nice game.
I'm on a stream with a bunch of children right now. This is fucking unreal.
You're the youngest one on here.
Hey, watch your mouth. I know Udonis Haslem, not personally.
Hey.
Well, KZ Okpala did take some pointers from Udonis Haslem in terms of getting himself ejected. But we also saw a huge doses of culture minutes from our guy Gabe Vincent. Gadiel Carter, talk about your boy.
I mean, 6 of 12 from the field, 15, 10, and 6. You want to talk about impact? A two-way floor general. We had Gabe, quote unquote, Tony Parker's middle name tonight. That's what we got. This man, whew, he was hooping out there. He was having some fun. He was hitting threes. He had a step back. The only problem with his numbers that I had is I didn't play all 48 minutes. He only got 37. It's clear that Spo just doesn't want to see him succeed. But Gabe Vincent, man, he's a hooper, and he draws charges. I literally was so excited going into this game because I got to see every single young guy actually played well. Fun to watch. Honestly, these games, they don't mean shit, but they're really fun as a fan. If you're invested into these young guys the way that we are, Like, this was just cool to watch because we didn't have no implications at all. And Precious was out there fucking looking like prime Charles Barkley.
Jonathan Rumlicon, go ahead and wrap up the conversation. Tell us what you saw about the whole game.
Yeah, just overall, ball was moving with energy. These young guys were playing like they wanted to show us that they've been working hard in practice. It was fun to see, man. Everybody was going. Bielitsa took off in that first quarter. It looked like he slimmed down a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that Miami Grill diet is a little bit better than we thought because he looked a little bit slimmer. Getting those pick and pops, getting the touch around the rim. He was even handling the ball a little bit coming up. Like Gad said, all the young guys looked good. Precious was running the rim trying to dunk on everybody. A couple times he was a little too far, and I'm not sure why he even tried to do it because, he's an undersized big, and he's probably not going to get those dunks to go anyways. But overall, man, just a good showing from the young guys. And if we have a G League next year and if we have a good summer league, I feel like this is a good, decent base to build from as far as building that pipeline down the future.
Okay, so in honor of the Panthers playoff game, we're going to do an entire lineup change right now. So Adam Barai, take these guys out. They will be back. Bring me people who they've been clamoring for in the comments, which is Brian. Not Brian. Brian's already here. They've been clamoring for Ricky, Alana, and my man Simba. And you bring your ass in here too, Adam Barai.
I'm still here. Why am I here?
Bye. Toodaloo, Gadiel Cartagena. Yeah, what y'all doing? How y'all doing today?
I'm living my life. How are you guys doing?
We doing well. We doing well. So I want to get you guys quick thoughts on the game. We talked about the whole game with some of the other guys, but Ricky, we'll start with you. I want you to talk about the whole game.
Just when I thought I was fed up with Nemanja Bjelica, he goes ahead and totally redeems himself with a virtuoso 21-6-6 performance straight out of the annals of the Tony Kukoc Manual of Basketball Excellence. It doesn't get any better than this when you're a Euro playing for a team that historically doesn't like or play or sign Euros. It's a good day. It's a good day. Bjelica, the Bucks should feel worried tonight based on what Bjelica showed us tonight.
What? Yeah, that last line kind of took me out, Ricky, bro. I was not prepared for that one. Alana, the first lady of 5 Reasons Sports, how are you doing this evening?
What's up? The season is over. So, yeah. Now we can look forward because this has been a hell of a ride.
Yeah. So what did you think particularly of what you saw from the young guys tonight?
Was it fun to watch? Sure. This doesn't mean anything. So I didn't really take much from this game except for the fact that we are facing the Bucks. And that is where my mind is at right now. I will say, though, it was nice to kind of wrap up on this note of, the guys who have not necessarily been hearing the nicest things about themselves kind of do better. Listen, they're not going to get a lot of tick moving forward, hopefully, bearing any injuries. But I'm just ready to move on from the season.
Absolutely. So, Simba, was it nice to end the season this fucked up with a win with our young guys, bro?
Honestly, the whole time I was watching the game, I was like, fuck, we got to play the Bucks. Like, that's the whole thing that I was watching. I was like, fuck, man, the Bucks already, like, damn, like, give me something else. But I was, that's what my mind was on. But it was nice to see the people like that, Royal has been shitting on the last, this whole season, to see that they actually did pretty good, So
they were playing nobody, Simba.
But they look good against nobody. So, that was pretty good to see.
Okay, that's fair enough. They did look good. Adam Barai, why was Duncan Robinson playing tonight?
I have no idea. I understand the whole get him his streak going, keep it going, but like Spo has shown in the past, he doesn't care about that sort of thing, and this team doesn't really care about streaks. The most important thing was health. I see a comment from me. I don't know what this means, but thank you, Black Wafos, for the $2.
It means when are we getting kicked out of the playoffs?
I'm not gonna get into that. I refuse to get into that. I'm not falling for that trap.
It's the Bucks,
okay,
huh?
Right. So he's not falling for that trap yet. We're gonna see if we can work him into it. But because there was a dono, it reminds me of a very special person who has been with us this entire season who has not yet shown their face on this stream. This man has don't know more money than I care to count. He has been one of my favorite commenters in this stream this entire year. So we decided that we were going to bring him on for the last game, and he just donated again. Thank you, Christian Cardus, for the $1.99 donation. He said this team cares about streaks, losing streaks. So bring my man Christian Cardus onto the stream, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Bro, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. It felt like I was watching a pickup game, but I love pickup games.
that part. So, Christian, man, with you joining on, we're gonna do something very special with you, man. We want to let you pick the 4 people that you would like to be on the stream with, and you're gonna be the host for the next segment. So you go ahead and you out of the entire lineup that we got. Everybody on here, tell me 4 names. Adam's gonna put them on here with you. You're gonna be the host, and you're gonna lead the conversation for a little while.
Including you or excluding you? Because
you can put me in there, bro. It's your 4 people.
All right, so let me get Alana. Let me get Gad. Jonathan. And Ricky, stay on.
Nice.
So you asked me if you could choose from me and then didn't choose me.
You flipped the well done.
Fucking guy.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
All right. So, in the spirit of loving the kids, because the kids showed out today, I'm going to ask each of you which one of the kids surprised you the most and which one of the kids kind of let you down the most tonight. Starting with Gad, because you're the kid.
Well, this is true. The kid that surprised me the most was Precious, because this dude in the majority of the season had been unplayable in this type of game, like against G League rosters. Precious was getting absolutely destroyed. But he played great. He honestly played fantastic. In terms of who disappointed me, he's not a kid, but Nemanja Bjelica, just by virtue of being on the floor, he
playing like
great.
A kid.
he played great tonight, and he honestly played fine against the Bucks after that beginning start. But dude, you're like 32 years old and you're on the floor in this kind of game. You're about to get a new contract, and I don't know if it's going to be more than a 10-day. Like, I hate to break it to you, dog. This is not the type of game that you want to be playing in if you're on a contender at this age, at this stage of your career. So I guess
Contender.
By virtue of playoff contender.
We're using that term very loosely now.
Yes, we are. Playoff contender. We'll go with that.
I'm really glad that you mentioned Precious, because I feel like Heat fans have seen something in Precious like early on in the season, and today was really the game that we needed to see that come back out of him. And Precious just kind of showed me today that he has the potential to be that double-double, 10 rebounds, 10 points kind of player that 2K projects him to be.
2K thinks this man is the next LeBron James, but he's 93 overall.
To think that this guy's going to become a 20-point double-double machine, and he showed us that tonight. But is it consistent? No, but I'm glad we at least saw the flashes out of him. And all right, let's hear it from Ricky next.
I would go with Gabe Vincent, mainly because this guy had 15 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds tonight. This guy is supposed to be the third-string point guard on this team. He had been trusted on multiple occasions to be the starting point guard, especially in nights in which Goran was injured and everybody else was either out with another injury or COVID. And he had his ups, he had his downs, but tonight, for him to be 4 rebounds away from a triple-double, despite standing about 6'1", 6'2" in heels, I think he did pretty well tonight.
In heels? Really?
Yeah, he's a short guy. He's not that tall.
In 10-inch heels.
At this point, I think he'll do very well on the Heat's not just G League team, but the Summer League team this summer. And yeah, I'm happy to see him show out today because he finally had the opportunity.
Yeah, I was really glad to see Gabe Vincent kind of get his shine today, because I feel like a lot of the times when our older guards can't play, and it feels like our guards sometimes are score-only options, it was really good to see that one of our guards that we had kind of deep in the rotation, but still on the team. Just a young other point guard that can make plays for us in the event that something drastic happens where we can't have our starting point guard on the floor. And I thought that that was something really important that we needed to see out of him so that we can gauge what he's going to be like, what his potential role can be for us in the future.
Absolutely.
All right. Alana.
All right, so I'm going to break the rules because that's what I do here. My player is just one for both answers. Max Strus came out ready, but he did not hit well from 3. I think he only went like 3 of 10 or 3 of 11. However, defensively, the boy looked better, so I have to give him some props tonight. I don't know. This, like you said, looked like a pickup game, but I will say I think they were taking it pretty seriously, and I think Strus is someone, you know, who has stayed ready despite not playing a lot, and he has been, I think, more valuable to the team than people realize, just in terms of obviously helping guys out in practice and keeping the morale high. Plus, I went to DePaul, and he went to DePaul, so I gotta pick Max. Ricky hates this answer.
You didn't even mention his dunk.
No, I like Max.
Yeah,
He
I was gonna ask about
You just
that.
don't like that I'm not following the rules. I saw. I know
What
what's
did you guys think about?
It's you. We love you for it.
What did you guys think about his dunk? That was personally one of the highlights for me tonight, just because I love the dunk, and then I love the reaction of the announcers. I love when John Crotty said, "Just give him a 9 out of 10," and then I immediately had a flashback to the D Wade, Aaron Gordon situation. But
I
yeah,
think we got a dono, Christian.
yes, sir. I should host the playoffs. Thank you so much, because I am actually really excited for this Giannis Heat matchup, just because I feel like Jimmy already lives rent free in that man's head. So that's kind of, I just want to see the mental fortitude of Giannis, and if he holds up under pressure against the team that took him out last year. That being said, Heat in 3. Thank you, Royal. I don't believe that's going into my pocket, but enjoy it.
That's going directly back into Royal's pocket, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Money laundering.
He just donated
group
it himself.
economics to the highest degree.
Didn't he sprain his ankle
Economics.
in the last time that he played the Bucks? I think it was Game 3. Didn't he sprain
I
his
thought you were
ankle?
talking about Royal. I was about to say, how do we know
No.
what Royal did to his ankle?
You don't have his medical records? He sent it to all. No. Giannis. Didn't Giannis get hurt late in that series
Yes, he
last
did.
year?
He did.
Okay.
I remember because I kept typing to my friends. I was like, so we swept him, and we gentlemen swept his team.
True.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be
so
a
I'm
problem
excited
this
to
year,
see how that's gonna go. That being said, Heat in 3. Jonathan, who surprised you the most today?
Yeah, I'd have to go with Precious as well. I felt like he understood where to put himself offensively to be able to catch the ball. A lot of times he wasn't putting himself in the correct position. He would fumble the ball. He wouldn't get a good look. He would kind of force it up. This time he was understanding how to roll. He was doing those things. Liked what I saw from him defensively as well. I thought he was doing a pretty decent job moving his feet. He was understanding, like, pretty same thing on offense, right? Understanding where he should be. So I was really surprised with Precious. And as far as downside goes, it's hard to pick somebody because I felt like everybody played well. I would kind of say, you know, like you said, Max Strus a little bit just because of shooting. You want the volume of that 3-point with 11 shots, maybe hitting like 4 or 5 of those. But outside of that, man, I felt like all the young guys played well, and it was a good game for the young core we had.
So the young guy that I'm gonna kind of take on this, just because nobody mentioned him so far, is Tyler Hero. He didn't have like the most amazing night that we've seen out of Tyler Hero, but I just thought that his playmaking, especially in the first half, was really significant, and I really like that a lot about him. Just because I feel like as time has progressed with Tyler Hero, we've all kind of gotten this notion that he's gonna be a score first person, but he kind of showed us shades of what he could be in the future in terms of playmaking when he has the ball in his hands, and just the general defensive capabilities of this young core that we saw today with KZ and Precious. And KZ specifically really shocked me because I thought there was going to be a lot more glitches from KZ than we've seen in the past, and he didn't really have a lot of those. He had like a few of them here and there, but it was probably his best game that I've seen from him, if not in his whole career, then definitely in a while. That being said, it was against a pretty bad team, but I really enjoyed what KZ brought to the table. So the next question that I'm going to ask is kind of out of the young guys, besides the obvious ones like Tyler and K Nunn and all those guys, who do you see getting the most run in the playoffs? Maybe not necessarily in crunch time, but just in general, who of these few people who played today, the young guys, do you see eventually getting some run by Spo in the playoffs? And we'll start with Ricky.
I think you got to go with Chi-Town on that one. I think Spo's got a great history with playing Chicago guys in the trenches. It's got to be K Nunn. K Nunn last year would have gotten big minutes, but he had to deal with a family tragedy as well as COVID, which, as we've seen with Jason Tatum and the Celtics, has some really long after effects, even if you're at the peak of human physical ability. I think Kendrick Nunn has been a remarkably consistent player this season. I think he's done a great deal better than a lot of us might have expected.
This is no longer your show.
And when you consider the fact that he's also made strides on defense, I think, especially now that Victor Oladipo is pretty much out for the rest of his Heat career, I think you're going to see a lot of Kendrick Nunn from Spo, who, in my opinion, has earned a great deal of Spo's trust throughout the season and heading into the trenches.
Cardus, I've been trying to get them to direct your attention to the private chat for 15 minutes.
He went full. Oh my god!
No, you straight, bro. You straight.
You're good. No worries.
So before we continue the show, I want to thank you for coming on here, bro, with us. It was so much fun having you on, just having to see you on here. I want to ask you one question before we let you go. Give me your serious thoughts on what you see the Heat matchup with the Bucks being like. Like, I know you said Heat in 3, but give me like a realistic prediction about what you think is going to happen.
I think it's going to be a really tight series. It's probably going to go 6 or 7 games, but I just think that Spo, with a week's worth of prep against Bud, who I don't really perceive to be one of the better coaches in the East right now, I think that Spo is going to outcoach Bud, and I think the defensive scheme against Giannis is going to be great. It's just going to be a matter of if his other guys are going to be hitting. If Giannis's teammates aren't hitting and we're able to contain Giannis, then it's going to be a pretty decent series for the Heat. I think probably Heat in 6, and I know that's like the meme answer, but I honestly think that's where it's going to end up, just because I don't really know how much of Bud's new strategies that he's been employing with this team, how they're going to play out in the playoffs, especially when Spo has so much time to go over the film with the guys.
So we want to thank I got Christian Cardis for joining us tonight. Hey, bro, you did an awesome job, man. We really appreciate you joining us this season. Hope you had fun with us. And now we're going to banish your ass back to the comments, brother. See you in the next game. Barai, give me back the first team. You can take Alana and Ricky, give them a break right quick. Bring back Ariel Latias, Jonathan Ramakhan, and Brian Young. We're going to bring them back in a few seconds, too. That's not the first team. Take Ricky out and bring back Jonathan Ramakhan. Ain't no Jonathan Ramakhan? I don't know who
has in 6.
You gave the reins away once, and now they're taking control.
Still here?
The inmates are running the asylum.
On here.
The Knicks are 4th.
Bro, bro.
I'm trying to help him take. I'm trying to help him.
Oh, apparently he likes that kind of commentary. But no, let's move on. Because we all know that this game was utterly meaningless. So let's go on to what we all found out today, which that the Heat will face the Bucks in a 3-6 matchup. Bucks have home court advantage. Oh, Jonathan said his camera died. Bucks have home court advantage. Of course, we beat them in 5 last year. A lot of fans aren't as afraid of the Bucks as I believe that they should be. But there are some things that we have to our advantage. So we'll start with Brian. Brian, unmute yourself first, and then tell me how you see this series shaking out. What are some of the pros and cons Miami has going for them?
I probably see it as Bucks in 6. The Bucks have a really good defense. Obviously, they've proven all season long they're going to have a better offense than Miami. I know that last year's finals run gives us as fans a lot of confidence going to that series, but when you add an all-NBA or all defensive guard and Drew Holiday, you add shooting, you add another year for Giannis and Middleton to grow and learn. I think that's just a really tough out for the Heat. I think one positive, I didn't know this. The Bucks are actually the second worst team at defending the three this season. So if you have guys like Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson that can go off from three, then I think that really changes the series. But absent of that happening, it's going to be a tough out, I think. So I'm going Bucks in 6.
Yeah, I think it was going to be a tough out one way or the other. Want to thank our guy Young Assassin for the $3 dono. He said, "Great show, great season. Thanks for covering my Heat." No problem, bro. They are our Heat too. We appreciate you for always showing up in the comments too, G. So we're gonna get this negativity shit out the way. Ricky, tell me what you think about Milwaukee versus Heat in the playoffs. I can't hear you, Ricky. You're muted, bro.
He's smart.
My bad.
Okay.
I think at this point, look, I've got two answers, but I'll give you one that I'm sure you want to hear. The Milwaukee Bucks are not the same team that were defeated in 5 games by the Miami Heat. They are much better. They don't have they haven't had to deal with an extended COVID break that disrupted their rhythm. They're dealing with Jrue Holiday, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Chris Middleton now. Even if Chris Middleton doesn't necessarily assert himself, you have Jrue Holiday, who's going to be a menace on both sides of the ball. You'll have Giannis Antetokounmpo, who may or may not develop a spin move in the paint to deal with these walls. And not only that, you have an arguably deeper team than Miami. That said, however, Jimmy Butler's good for 2 games, and it's possible that a normal Jimmy plus a hot shooting night from Duncan and Tyler and co are good for perhaps another 2 games. So there's an outside chance that the Miami Heat can actually beat this team in 6 or 7 games. But as far as I'm concerned, it's Bucks in 6 unless proven otherwise.
You said you had 2 answers and you piqued my curiosity. After that, I read this donut. I want you to tell me the other one. Over under how many times? You gave me both of them?
Yeah. I wove them in together.
You said
I'm
Heat
sorry.
maybe in 7, but Bucks in 6, so it could go either way.
I'm sorry, I was communicating in the private chat and I missed the
Not
end
your
part.
fault, Kings. Not your fault.
Over under how many times Giannis will dunk, get fouled, flex, and brick a free throw this series?
No, it's Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis is going to do that.
Well, Giannis is going to do it too, bro. But my over under, if I give it a number, I'm going to say 25 because I believe this is going to be a 7-game series. He's going to have more than enough opportunities to do it. Gat, bring this show back to some perspective. Do you have the guts to pick Miami in this series?
Okay, listen, I will start. I'll give you my full-on analysis, right?
That sounds like no.
I mean, I've been breaking this down for about 30 seconds in my head since Ricky started talking, and I think the Heat obviously just the Bucks have more talent in this series. The Bucks have more top-end talent in this series. They have 3 stars to R2, and sometimes it's only 1 depending on the way that Bam shows up that day. The Bucks have a lot of things that can frustrate the Heat. They have Jrue, they have Middleton, they have Giannis, who are all respectively great defenders. They've gotten a lot better. Bud is more prone to switching and trying to do different things. So, I mean, the Bucks are a really, really, really freaking good basketball team. With all that being said, I am agreeing with Christian Cardus. I think it's Heat in 6. The Heat are able to demolish the Bucks' drop coverage. Brook Lopez is not played off of the floor because he's able to score, but he struggles against Uncle Deadman. And listen, Jimmy Butler in a dogfight, I think he still has the mental edge on this team. I understand Jrue Holiday is a tougher matchup, but I'm not scared of the Bucks. I think the Heat still have a very good chance of winning this series. I think having the type of efficiency that Kendrick Nunn is currently having is going to be an X factor in this series. If he's able to show up and really give you 18 to 20 in this series, I think it really changes the dynamic because then you have someone holding their own and being that third type of guy. I'm going Heat in 6. I think the Heat are able to win the series. I worry about their long-term playoff outlook, but I think in this specific series, I think the Heat are able to be healthy and get the job done.
So I have a friend on Facebook. I know he's old, whatever. But I have a friend on Facebook who goes by the moniker Adrian Wojnarowski. He's not the real one for sure. He's definitely not, but he's a pretty smart basketball mind. And Ariel, I'm throwing this to you. He said he believed kind of like the Heat were playing possum in that last matchup versus Milwaukee. They have not played Milwaukee this year with Jimmy Butler. And also he believed that Bam not shooting against that deep drop that Brook Lopez plays was kind of part of the plan to kind of like angle themselves just in case they got themselves into this situation. Is there any validity to that? Like, do you believe that that's something that Miami did? And if so, how do you see this series shaking out?
I agree with most of that. I'm on the same beat there. I'm with Gad as well. I think that, Spo is a master tactician. We've seen him coach circles around, other coaches in the playoffs, one of them being Coach Budenholzer. He did that to him last year in the playoffs. I don't think there's any validity to Bam Adebayo purposely not shooting against the drop in that last game because he's going to be seeing the drop anyways. And so, I mean, like, regardless of whether or not he shoots against it, that's going to be there. So I don't think that changes much. But look, the Bucks are better, like everybody said here. Their record doesn't reflect it, though. If they play, if this were an 82-game season, the Bucks would be on pace for like 53 or 54 wins this year. They are not a dominant team that they've been over the last 2 seasons. I know that a lot of that is due to them trying new things as the season has gone along, and so that might have resulted in a little bit more losses than you would expect. But the style of basketball that they play, which is very, very fast and up-tempo, doesn't usually play out that way in the playoffs. Games are much slower. Games are grinded out in the half court, and I think that the Heat are much better suited to win that type of game. They are number 1 in the NBA, the Heat are, in opponent points in the paint allowed. They are 3rd in opponent's field goals made and 6th in opponent field goal percentage. That's the type of defense that translates to the playoffs. I think it's going to be a nip and tuck series. The Heat have Jimmy Butler. If it goes 7 games, which is where I've got it going, I'm rolling the dice and taking my chances with Jimmy. I've got Heat in 7.
Ooh, I'm fired up after that one. You brought the receipts.
My boy. So we want to thank you to our guy Kwasi LaBelle for the 1999 dono. He said, I live in New York, but it's Heat for life. Y'all helped me down this whole year. Appreciate what y'all do. We appreciate you guys for always being with us in the comments, joining us win or loss. We definitely appreciate you guys, and that's why we try to show our appreciation by making sure we read everybody's comment who gives us money. Thank you, Ravi Patel, for the $4.99 dono. He said, Dear Brian, beast equals consistent third best player on this team come playoff time when he averages 18 points per game and shooting 45 from 3. Sincerely, Ravi. Heat in 6. Brian, I'll let you address that before we switch the group one more time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if third best player on a team is a beast, then sure. There's a lot of beasts in the NBA. And like the thing about the Heat is after Bam and Jimmy, it's basically who has it that night type thing. But if whoever has it that night is a beast, that's fantastic. If you're expecting Kendrick Nunn to shoot 45% from 3 versus the Bucks in the playoffs, more. All right.
More.
You know, let's see it happen. I'm not gonna shit on the man. Yeah, they haven't played the games yet, so we don't know. But that's asking for a decent amount. But hey, it could happen. It could happen. I don't know. Sports is crazy.
Jay Crowder turned into Ray Allen against them. I am ruling out nothing.
That he did. I mean, Kendrick Nunn could shoot as well as Jay Crowder did for his series. It's very possible.
We also have Trevor Ariza. What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant? So Adam Barras, switch us one more time, bro, and then we're gonna bring everybody. So you guys stay in the back. Bring back Alana, Simba, and yourself, and then we'll go ahead and we'll wrap up this conversation on what we're gonna do in the playoffs, and then we're gonna bring everybody back.
Hey, this is it.
This is it?
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, everybody else left?
Everyone got disconnected for some reason.
Hey, bro, it's too many people up here. So whatever, you just stand here for the rest of the stream. So, Barai, I know you're not going to give us a prediction. That's not what you do. But just go ahead and analyze that Milwaukee versus Miami series for us real quick.
I'm not going to give a prediction like you said, but I think Drew on this team presents a lot of problems that just weren't there last year. Drew Holiday is not he's not Eric Bledsoe. And Eric Bledsoe, if you remember that last series, he was bricking every single 3. Okay, and then his defense wasn't as advertised because Jimmy Butler got whatever he wanted in the paint. So Drew Holiday is a different animal. I don't know what's going to happen. If Jimmy can get to the hole as consistently as he was last series, then they have a shot. But you also need to rely on guys like Trevor Ariza replicating what Jay Crowder did, shooting 44% or whatever it was from 3 that series. So you need a lot of things to go right. So you need this team to be on fire from game 1, and I think game 1 is essential for them to win if they want to win the series.
Okay, so let's give quick reference to something that happened today. Heat news that's not related to the game or the playoffs. Our man Christopher Bosh has been elected to the NBA Hall of Fame. Since we have 6 people on here, 2 sentences or less. Tell us how you feel about Chris Bosh making it to the Hall of Fame. Ricky, we'll start with you and go counter. I don't know if that's counterclockwise or clockwise. I never really understand how that works. But go ahead, Ricky.
Sentence number 1, Chris Bosh being elected to the Naismith Hall of Fame was more than deserved. It was something that was a long time coming given his record and his rap sheet in the NBA. Sentence number 2, while we are all rightfully happy that Chris Bosh is a Hall of Famer, I think it's time as Heat fans for us to recognize the fact that one of our former alums, one of our former Heat all-time greats, Tim Hardaway remains out of the Naismith Hall of Fame, and it's high time the Hoop Hall stop punishing him for a mistake that he made back in 2007 and has since atoned for, and it's time to move on and elect this guy, because at this point, Tim Hardaway is a good deal better than some of the guys that you've been seeing go into the Hall lately. And when you consider that this guy was getting Magic Johnson comparisons as recently as 1992 when he was still with the Golden State Warriors, it's high time for Tim Hardaway, the guy that came back from a career-ending knee injury in the middle of the 90s when that sort of thing was a death sentence for your career, to have 4 solid seasons with this Heat team. It's time.
For those of us who are still in school, that second sentence will qualify as a run-on sentence. Adam, go ahead.
Still a sentence.
Still a sentence. I did not. I just, wanted to make sure that people knew what type of sentence. Adam Barai, go ahead and tell us 2 sentences about Chris Bosh making it to the NBA Hall of Fame.
He should have been in last year. He's an all-timer.
Fabulous. Brian.
It's tragic because his career should have been so much longer, but also it's about damn time. Shout out to Chris Bosh.
That's 3 sentences, Brian. Ariel.
Semicolon.
Okay, that works.
I had a bunch in my sentence, by the way.
Absolutely. You had hyphens and shit all in yours, commas everywhere.
Yes.
You comma spliced the fuck out of that sentence. Go ahead, Ariel.
Believe it.
The Heat, without Chris Bosh, have only 1 title as a franchise if he doesn't ever come to the Heat, number 1. That's sentence 1. Sentence 2 is everyone made phenomenal points, and I have nothing else to say.
Gadiel Cartagena.
Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His 3-pointer. Bang! That's all it is.
Tie game with 5 seconds. That's the second sentence. Come on.
So Simba, what we're doing is we're giving 2 sentences, but I'm gonna give you a double whammy since you weren't able to answer the last one. So before we get to your 2 sentences on Chris Bosh, I want to ask you how you see the Heat versus Milwaukee series playing out.
No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, man, it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be tough. I'm interested to see if I think the game's gonna come down to, are we gonna be hitting those threes? That's what the game's gonna come down to. So, that's what I'm just gonna watch. Is Duncan gonna be hitting those threes? Is Tyler gonna look like crap off the bench? That's what I'm gonna be watching out for. I think we can win, but it's not going to be as easy as I think a lot of people are saying.
Okay. And question number 2, I want you to give me 2 sentences on Chris Bosh making it to the Hall of Fame.
That's a little face that he has.
This man said mouthwash. Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Wow. We need the Jurassic Park theme song now.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I think. Every time I think of Chris Bosh, I just think of the big mouth open. I'm just like, yeah, man.
It's Morpheus time. Tyrannosaurus. So in terms of the Bucks versus Miami, the Heat about to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? Listen, I got the Heat in 7. And the reason being is because of what everybody knows is that their team has improved, so they won't get their ass kicked in 5. But Bud is owned by Spo, and I believe that we still have enough to make a sufficiently solid defense against what Giannis does well. And that, to me, if you can take out the 2 top things, coaching and your best player matter most in the playoffs. And if we can do 2 things that cancel out both of those things, then I see no reason why Miami shouldn't be able to pull out some of those games. Also, what I believe to be extremely important is who's guarding our guard. So, Drew Holiday, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Chris Middleton, phenomenal defenders in their own rights. Who are they guarding and who are they not guarding? If they're leaving somebody like Brook Lopez to guard Bam, and I don't know who their other starter is to guard Trevor Ariza, there's a matchup that Miami can exploit there.
Yeah,
so I believe that
if Bam asserts himself, right? Because Bam, here's the thing: we need to be very honest with the fact that Bam Adebayo struggles with size and length, and when you consider the Bucks front court as it's currently established, that could be a problem for Bam. You know, will he be aggressive? Maybe not. And if I can answer a question that was asked a little while ago with regards to the strategy, I don't think that really works anymore with regards to them not showing their hand, because the Bucks have been scouting the Heat all season. They know exactly how Bam plays or doesn't play. Bam's passed up that wide open shot all season, so I don't think that'll be too much of a shot.
The same was true last season, though. They had
Hey,
all
hold
season
up.
scouts, and they played us more times last season than
Bam
they
was
did
like
this year.
50% from mid range in that series.
And one more thing.
Here we go.
They,
Yeah,
they
that's
have
where I was
not
going.
they have not played us with Jimmy Butler this year. Jimmy Butler has not played any of those matches. Go ahead, Ariel.
Also, I'm not as worried about Bam being aggressive and showing up in that series as some people might be. Not just you specifically, Ricky. I've heard that like quite a bit over the last couple of days, but definitely you most
Calling
recently.
him out.
Just because last year Bam Adebayo averaged a shade under 16, 10, and I believe 5 assists in the regular season. Against the Bucks in that playoff series, he averaged 17, 12, and 5, if I remember correctly. So he upped his game. I would expect the same this year as well.
By a point.
That is very fair. So we got to make sure that we get out of here early enough so people can get their rest. Our team gets a rest just like the Heat get a rest, and I want them to take that because I want everybody to be in top form come playoff time. So time to pay some of these bills. First bill we're going to pay is Therapist Preferred. Therapist Preferred is a premium CBD company that sponsors the 5 Reasons Sports Network. They sell 100% THC-free, third lab verified CBD products, including gummies, sports cream, all of those types of things to heal your body and your mind. Make sure you check out therapistpreferred.com. Use the promo code 5 Reasons. That's the number 5 Reasons, and then you'll get 20% off of your order. Plus, you'll get free shipping. Since Ricky is not sitting here in his, I will pay Vertigear tonight as well. Make sure you guys also check out vertigear.com. It'll be in the description link. The description link will be in the thing below. I guess that's called description. So yeah, the link will be in the description below. Make sure you check out that. Use that link in the below so the 5 Reasons gets credit for you checking out and buying the chair from there. You can put in your height and weight.
Where do you find it, Royal?
What, the description link in the description below? But yeah, make sure you check out vertigear.com. Use their chair selection tool. Put in your height and weight. It picks out the chair for you. You can get it in a bunch of different colors. Our guy Christian Cardus was probably sitting in his while he was on the stream. I did not look. But yeah, pay Miami Grill.
Listen, if you want to drop 21, 6, and 6 against one of the worst teams in the NBA, you know where you have to eat. It is Miami Grill. If you want to play like the Eastern Hemisphere Kelly Olynyk, you go eat Miami Grill. You get 21, 6, and 6 in a game to 15 at your local park, and you have a good time. Get the Works Philly cheesesteak. Gat approved.
Philly
In Pompano. In Pompano.
On Atlantic Boulevard.
Yes.
They don't have it in Boca.
No, you should drive to Pompano off of Atlantic Boulevard and go get you something. Brian,
Yeah,
Marco Romo completely butchered the Busquets Bay Bruin thing promo last night when Full Court Press took over the post-game show. Make sure y'all check that out if you missed it. But Brian, go ahead and show that man how it's done.
I want to say, first of all, I thought Marco Roma did a great job. But
Free Marco Romo.
last night, man, I was sad, right? I was looking forward to watching Castlevania. I had some wine with me. And I was thinking about the whole show, like, damn, this would be much greater with the Biscayne Bay Brewing beer. They are a locally owned independent brewed brewery in the heart of Miami. They are the official craft beer of the Miami Marlins. Y'all love the Miami Marlins, so you want to support the team, get you a Biscayne Bay Brew. But they have so many delicious flavors to choose from. You get the Regatta Double IPA, the Tropical Bay IPA, the Marlins Lager, the Pastime Pilsner, the Miami Pale Ale, the La Colada Porter. So many damn options. Listen, take advantage of where you're at. You can get it at wherever they sell alcohol. If you're in a restaurant, ask for it. They probably have it. Don't be like me. Be a happy person. Get you some Biscayne Bay Brewing today. Drink responsibly.
Eat that, Marco Romo. I just want they haven't paid us or they don't sponsor this show. But Sybil, talk about Manscaped, bro.
Ah, man. Okay. All right. So the other day I was in the shower.
Oh, no.
And I was singing a falsetto from The Dream. All right. I was doing it. And my wife came and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Baby, I'm just shaving these balls right now." All right? And I was able to do that, all right, because I was using the Lawnmower 3.0 from Manscaped. All right. Like, I felt so good. I felt safe in there. I was singing, I was dancing, a little bit of, moving and bumping and shaking it. All right, I did the busted challenge for a second, but it was all thanks to that lawnmower 3.0. Okay, and then when I got out of the shower, I used that Manscaped deodorant on the ball deodorant. Ooh, man, it felt so good, man. I felt like it was breathing. It smelled nice. All right, man. But you want to use it, all right, because you want to be singing in the shower. You want to be good at that. So you want to use the Manscaped. Use the Lawnmower 3.0. You got to use the code 5RSN, all right, and they'll give you 25% off plus free shipping and your whole order.
20% off.
20? Well, fuck it. I'll send you the $5 difference, and then it'll be 25%.
$5. But yeah, so actually they have a new lawnmower 4.0. So Simba, you need to use that promo code to upgrade your life, my brother.
I need that.
I might be singing like Michael Jackson then.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. Gadiel Cartagena, your boy HM just sent us a $5 dono. Read that for us.
HM, thank you for tuning in this late. It's 11:12 p.m. I hope you have a great night's sleep after this. Salute to you guys. This has been the most up and down year in Heat history. I'll let Ricky attest to that. But they made the playoffs, and last year proves anything can happen there. Absolutely. It is going to be a ridiculously tough road. Very unlikely that they match what they did last year, but it was unlikely they did it last year too. So anything's possible. Just we'll see what happens. But thank you for the dono, and thank you for always being in the comments. You are the GOAT.
We are not quoting Kevin Garnett on tonight's post-game show because he did not shout out Ray Allen in his Hall of Fame speech.
Most things are possible.
Thank you. Ricky J. Martin, let's talk about some of these shows that we have coming up, man. You talked to us about walkouts and knockouts.
Okay, let me tell you something about walkouts and knockouts, okay? By now, you guys know who the hosts are. I don't even need to tell y'all, all right? You know what it is. They both have beards, okay? You see, man, Lord, let me just, okay, all right, I'm good. I'm ready. Walkouts and knockouts is the quintessential combat, I didn't even pronounce that properly, combat experience, both on and offline. Max Kellerman, eat your heart out. He don't want none of this, okay? We're talking about elite combat coverage, okay? Every week, whenever there's something going on in UFC, Bellator, who knows, maybe even professional wrestling. Shout out to Smart Tweets. It's out there. They will cover it, and they'll give you round-the-clock coverage. And, I mean, you know what? I'm just going to skip ahead to something that happened to me the last time I watched that episode, okay? I was driving down to Miami for some delicious boba tea, as I am wont to do, okay? I was listening to walkouts and knockouts on my phone, and I kid you not, it's as if I got to Miami from Boca Raton in 5 minutes. It transported me to a plane of existence I had previously not yet known. And that is what walkouts and knockouts will do for you. Not because you got punched in the face and you don't know what time it is anymore, but because you're getting quality combat coverage. It's walkouts and knockouts, available only on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Next.
All right. So our guy Adebayo is being very aggressive because he got to catch a flight at 4 a.m. So we're going to wrap this up for him. So thank you, Christian Carters, for the $199 dono. He said, can y'all get me the 4.0? I just got the 3.0. Listen, you got to inbox Simba, and then he'll hook that up for you. So other shows that we got, watch Field the Heat with Michael Christian and Alana Tahauer. Watch Full Court Press with Gadiel Cartagena, Ariel Ortiz, and Marco Romo. Watch The Clutch Corner, which is coming out on Tuesday. As always, for all of this season, you guys have been with us. So we want to thank you guys for making this show much more fun than it would have been without you in the comments. As always, want to thank our guy, Ricky J. Mark, Gadiel Cartagena, Simba, Brian Young, Ariel Ortiz, Alana Tahauer, Adam Barai, Jonathan Ramlakan, and our man, Christian Cardus, for jumping on here with us. I think I got everybody. If not, it doesn't matter. Y'all will see them during the playoffs. We'll see you guys in a week. Play the video, Adam.
Nixon 6.
In the video, Adam.
We're still live.
George
Sedano is going to be on the full court press tomorrow at 10 p.m.
Myself, Gadiel Cartagena, Marco Romo. 10 p.m.
Adam.
5 Reasons YouTube. Be there.
Nixon 6.
In the show, Adam. Don't you got to catch a flight?
Hawks and 5.
They had a better season than Miami.
Stop playing this video, Adam.
Killed by COVID.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All the excuses.
This is an all-night marathon now.
Truth.
You love to see it.
We keep going.
Yeah, they finished in 4th.
Simba, end the video. Someone do something.
You love to see it. You love to see it. This isn't even pleasurable anymore. I usually sneak it in at the
something.
bottom,
I can't.
and then
I
I
don't have
just.
producer power here.
Jonathan Ramakan, get in
Oh,
here to
God.
end this video.
Royal,
This is
text
horrible.
Adam or call him.
I mean,
Manny,
I think Adam went to sleep. This is
Ethan.
What is
amazing.
happening here, bro?
Brady
The
Hawk,
season
figure
is
it out.
over.
I need some manscape.
I think
Is
Eddie
this-
Hawk wrote an article about how to do this.
Is this a metaphor for how long after we're supposed to be done the Heat are going to be lasting?
What y'all want to talk about while we're still live while the show's over?
Oh, actually, I got
Your new
something.
lighting?
Go.
I got something.
Yeah.
my man.
I got
I'm
something.
Appreciate
All
you
right.
for noticing.
Brian, go ahead.
Okay, so hypothetically, if
Oh, so hold on. Everybody be quiet. Say that again, Adam.
It logged out on me, so I can't end the stream.
Oh,
Yo,
So we're
bro,
live?
Gonna run forever.
We're still live, bro. We're going to continue to be live.
More.
all right,
More.
I got
I
a
was gonna go use-
conversation
I
question.
was
Bonus
gonna go use
coverage,
my
baby.
Manscaped package, but here we are.
Somebody
Hypothetically.
put a message in the group so that we can talk to goddamn Alejandro and make sure Alejandro gets in here to end this stream. But until we end this stream,
We still live.
nobody
live.
said nobody gonna say it on live, but I'm not gonna do what I customarily do as soon as streams end. And it is aggravating me, bro, because I have to stay on here. But so wait, hold on.
Lord.
wait,
God
Brian wanted
damn.
to talk.
Man,
Yeah,
this is-
yeah, I got a
this is
question.
really
This is
cutting into
a
our post-game
conversation, right?
shenanigans.
Hypothetically, the Heat make it through the gauntlet of Bucks, Nets, Sixers, and then
Hilarious.
whoever wins comes out the West, right? Jimmy Butler is the best player in the NBA because there's no other. Like,
Sure.
he would essentially have to play not only at that level, but what could you say after that type of run, right?
If he would go to the finals, like in our road to the finals includes beating the three best teams in the East,
Fuck it.
all of which have at least two players that could be considered top tier players. Maybe not the Bucks. I don't know where you want to put Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, but the combination of them both equals up to one elite player to add to Giannis. The road that we would have to take would be much more difficult than any road that anybody else would have to take. So if Jimmy Butler got us to the finals with this team, he'd have to be considered in the top 10 players in the league. Ricky, you want to jump in here, bro?
Oh, no, he is. I think he's a top 10 player now. I'll tell you that right now. Let's just be real about it, okay?
Ricky J. Facts. That's right.
You're talking about Jimmy
That's
Butler,
right.
the same Jimmy Butler that dropped a 40-point triple-double in the NBA Finals on LeBron and the Lakers. They didn't have a chance in that series, and yet somehow, but for Goran Dragic and Bam Adebayo being injured, they got this close to forcing Game 7. Now, granted, it got away from them in Game 6, and it was all said and done. But considering what Jimmy, I mean, just let's talk about Jimmy Butler, okay? Let's talk about Jimmy Butler. He made the Sixers look serious. He got them to within a Kawhi Leonard bounce here and there from the conference finals, even though that team had only played together for like 5 games. He took a Minnesota team that hadn't sniffed the playoffs since KG was in town into the first round of the playoffs in the West.
They were the 3
okay?
seed with him healthy too.
Yes, he took the scrubs on the Minnesota Timberwolves and beat the starters in practice, walked out cussing everybody out, and then eventually got traded to the Sixers. Jimmy Butler might not be the most naturally gifted player in the league right now, but in terms of his effort, he is every bit the player that played in Chicago, that played, 48 times 2, what is that, 96? Played 96 straight minutes guarding LeBron James as like a rookie or second-year player. This man exudes toughness. It's a shame that he wasn't in Miami 4 years earlier, because at this point, Jimmy Butler is easily one of the best players in not just playoff history, Heat history especially, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like I've been saying all season, if it comes down to it, in a Game 7, and I got Jimmy Butler on my team, you better pray for the other team.
That's why I've got the Heat in 7. Ricky J. Facts. You said that.
That's what I said too.
You said that Jimmy Butler is every bit the player that he was on all of his previous stops, and he absolutely is, and better than that. This was the best
He's
season
better
of his
now.
career. He's never been this good ever. I've got Gad. What did you say on Full Court Press in terms of Jimmy Butler in the Eastern Conference? Please remind us.
He is the alpha dog. Look at all the mentalities from the best players around the East.
You got. I'm about to say the
in
alpha
East.
dog of the East. You have to make sure that you finish that.
That's what we said. The alpha dog.
He
of the
asked
East.
of the East.
I watched every second, bro. Like,
My man.
Alpha dog of the East. It's that
oh
simple.
yeah. Speaking of, bro, what was it? Abdel Shaw, bro. Listen, bro. bro. Don't get on shows that I'm not on to be talking about they the best shows and don't tell me, bro. The boy watches everything, especially when my Skyforce are involved.
And stop changing your name. We see you.
I'm telling you. Thank you, bro. I saw this man had like 5 different names. Hey, bro, what y'all ate tonight for dinner, bro? I ate some chicken that I ordered because I am tired of being on this stream. Just being perfectly honest.
No, I had like 9 pounds of Chinese food, and I literally almost didn't make it through the game. Oh wait,
9 pounds
at least.
Shit. You're gonna.
I had some chicken.
Bro, we need
and
to
pasta.
Bro,
shout out
where
to my
is
little
Alejandro?
sister. She cooks like a
We need
master.
rescuing.
Right now,
That's facts.
Ariel is holding in this giant